So guys, welcome to our channel once again. In today's video, we have here these 10 questions to answer on the topic motion. So guys, this video will be about speed and velocity. So ensure to stay till the end of this video. Let's go ahead and start with the first question here. It says, which of the following equation represents the distance x traveled by a body moving on a straight road with a constant speed? The other symbols have their usual meaning. So guys, for this, since we have the distance s that is traveled by a body that is moving under constant speed on a straight road, so since there is a constant speed here, it's going to be x is equal to ut. So guys, the answer to this question is option C here, x is equal to ut. So that's it for this question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So the next question here says, 4 identical trolleys are loaded with different masses and move along a straight road at the same speed. Which of the following trolleys has the greatest inertia? So guys, in order for you to indicate the lorry that has the greatest inertia, the lorry carrying the greatest load will have the greatest inertia, because the inertia is the ability of this to resist movement when force is applied against it. So guys, if we check here, the first lorry carries a mass of 2 kg, the second is 4 kg, the third is 6 kg, and the last is 8 kg. So the one with 8 kg will resist movement more when force is applied against it. So that's option D here, and that's the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So we have here question number 3. A car of mass 800 kg moves from rest on a horizontal track and travels 60 meters in 20 seconds with uniform acceleration. Assuming there were no frictional forces, calculate the accelerating force. So guys, in order for us to calculate the force here, let's note that force is mass times acceleration. But here we don't have the acceleration. We can derive the acceleration using this general equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half at squared. But then guys, u here, which is the initial velocity, is 0. So automatically ut is equal to 0. So if we cancel out ut in this equation, it means s is equal to half at squared. But then we have the s given already as 60 meters, and then we also have the time given as, so we'll square it, which is 400 seconds. So it means that 60 is equal to half times a times 400. So that's actually 200a. So a becomes 60 over 200. That's like 0.3 here, guys. So in that case, the mass times acceleration will now be 800 kg, which is the mass, times 0.3, which is the acceleration. So when we multiply this, we'll have 240 newtons. And that's option C here. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So guys, the next question here is question number 4. It says, the area under a velocity time graph represents A, distance, B, acceleration, C, moment, D, speed. So guys, the area under a graph is usually the y-axis times the x-axis. So in a velocity time graph, we have the velocity on the y-axis and the time on the x-axis. So if we multiply these two, velocity times time will give you displacement, which is the distance covered here. So option A here is the answer to this question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So the next question here is question number 5. It says, the tendency for a stationary body to continue to remain at rest when a force is applied to it is known as A, friction, B, moment, C, inertia, D, impulse. So guys, the answer to this question is option C, that's inertia. So that's it for this question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. Alright guys, the next question here is question number 6. It says, a car moves with a speed of 30 meters per second. Calculate the distance traveled in 30 seconds. So guys, if we use the formula u plus v over 2 times t, we'll have that s is equal to u plus v over 2 times t. So where u is 30, v is 30, and t is also 30. So that's 30 plus 30 over 2, that's 60 over 2, which is 30, then times 30. So 30 times 30 is 900 meters, and that's option Z here. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So guys, the next question here is question number 7. It says, a moving body accelerates when its A is acted upon by balanced forces, B maintains a constant linear speed, C changes its direction at constant speed, D covers equal distance in equal times in a straight line. So guys, the answer to this question is option C. A moving body accelerates when it changes its direction at constant speed. So that's it for this question. Let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So the next question here is question number 8. It says, a motorist traveling at 72 km per hour had his eyes shut for 0.4 seconds during a hard sneeze. Calculate the distance covered by him during this time interval. So guys, let's note that the distance here covered is the s, and then u is the initial velocity here, which is 72 km per hour. If we convert this to meter per second, we are going to multiply by 1000 and divide by 3600. So guys, with that we have 72,000 over 3600, which is 20. So the time here is given as 0.4 seconds. And guys, since this guy is moving on the same direction at uniform speed, the acceleration is going to be 0 here, which means this cancels out the half at squared part of this equation. 0 times 1 over 2 times t squared is still 0. So in that case, we'll have that s is equal to 20 times 0.4, and that's 8. So the answer to this question is option A, which is 8 meters. So let's go ahead and consider the next question, guys. So the next question we have here is question number 9. It says, a man of mass m experiences a vicious drag F and an upthrust U as he descends towards the ground at a steady velocity using a parachute. If the acceleration of free fall is g, which of the following expression is correct? So we have A, u plus F minus mg is equal to 0. B, F minus u minus mg is equal to 0. C, fu is equal to mg. D, u minus F is equal to mg. So guys, the answer to this question is u plus F minus mg is equal to 0. And that's it for this question. Option A is the answer to this question. So let's go ahead and consider the next and last question, guys. So the question here says, the engine of a car provides a forward force of 1240 Newton and the total resistive force on the car is 800 Newton. If the mass of the car is 1220 kilograms, determine the distance the car has to travel from the rest before it starts acquiring a speed of 4 meters per second. So guys, first of all, let's note that F minus Fr is equal to mass times acceleration. So F minus Fr is equal to ma. So where F is the force propelling the car or propelling the object, and then F sub R is the resistive force. So in this case, that would be 1240 newtons minus 800 newtons. Then this is equal to the mass, which is 1220 kg, times the acceleration, which is not given, which is what we want to find here. So in this situation, 1240 newton, 800 newton is 440, and this 440 is equal to 1220 A. So in that case, acceleration is 440 over 1220. So this is equal to 0.361. So now let's use the equation of motion, which is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So guys, v square is actually the velocity given to us here, which is 4 meters per second squared. So u squared is actually the initial velocity squared, that's 0 squared, which is 0, then plus 2as. So acceleration is given as 0.361 from the previous calculation here. Then the distance here is not given, and that's what we are calculating for, which is s. So in this situation, we have that 4 squared is equal to 2 times 0.361 times s. So if we make s the subject of this equation, we'll have that 4 squared, which is 16, over 2 times 0.361 is equal to s. So let's check 16 over 2 times 0.361. So that's 22.16, and that's approximately 22.2 meters. So option A is the answer to this question, and that's it for this question. So guys, this is where we'll end this video for today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're not yet a subscriber. Also, if you have any specific question regarding this video, you can drop your question on the comment section below, and we'll ensure to give you a response. So finally guys, we want to encourage you to join our YouTube channel community. So you can join this our channel community by hitting the join button below, and we'll see you right there. Thank you once again for watching this video, and see you on the next one.